Hey guys, Tim here, Big Dog Forge. Welcome back to the shop. It's good to see you again. Today, dog tags. So, anyway, I was going to let you know that the drill bit Damascus, we're going to do that reveal in the next video. It should be a couple of days from now. And we'll pick a winner at that point. And you guys, I hope you all got your little thing in there for what you think happened to that Damascus. Anyway, so thanks for stopping by. Let's jump right into it. And should be fun. I'll see you at the other end, guys. Thanks. Okay, guys. So some time ago, I needed some leather washers for it was a steam engine project I was working on. So I built this tool, and it works really well. It's just a piece of 2-inch ID pipe, and I ground a bevel around the outside. Well, today we're going to modify that, and I don't see myself needing it anytime soon. If I do, I can make another one. So what I need is a bracket here, a U-shaped bracket. Need it 1 inch wide on the inside. So we got that piece of stock there. And we'll hammer that thing around the corner, make it good and tight. And we need the little U-shape about 2.5 inches long. 2 1/4, 2.5. So we give ourselves a little extra around the corner there. We'll get this to the bandsaw and cut it off as soon as we get it shaped the way we like it. Alright, looking pretty good. Take a few lumps and bumps out of it. Alright. No fidgeting around, let's go cut this off. Okay, so we got it cut off, and I'm leveling one end of it, or one side of it rather. And then what I'm going to do is grind a bevel into this thing, sort of a chisel bevel all the way around on all three sides, very much like the piece of pipe that I got for cutting leather. And I'll take this that I'm building, and I'll cut 1 inch off of that round cutter that I made, and we'll combine the two of these and see how that goes. Just cleaning up the inside of those corners, little file, there you go. That's my sort of little chisel edge. So we're going to stick this on the side of this round, but we need to cut it out and contour that cutting edge without slicing our fingers off. This thing's pretty sharp. Now these are both just mild steel, and for what we're going to use them for, they're going to be fine and they'll last quite some time. I built quite a few leather stamps in the past, punches, and mild steel seems to be just fine, holds an edge. You put it on top of a piece of wood or plastic, something like that. So we'll get this ground into place. And I had some footage of me welding this thing up, but I don't know. Things have been acting up a little bit lately. I got a new version of Vegas Movie Studio, and it's throwing me a little bit. Alright, we'll get this thing cleaned up on the inside a little bit. Make sure there's nothing in the way to deform what we'll be punching with this. Make sure it's good and sharp. And we're going to take this over to the belt sander and clean up the backside, make sure everything's nice and flush, straight, even, so it cuts all at the same time. And one of my welds had a little bit of, had some bubbles in it, a little bit of inclusion. I'm not sure what that was about, but for what this thing's doing, like I said, there's not going to be enough pressure on it for me to worry about it. There we go. A whole bunch of sharp edges. Alright, get a handle welded on this thing. It's a piece of rebar, because I don't want my hands anywhere near it while that's working. I lose a finger. There we go. Clean up a couple little marks from the vise there. Alright, now that we got that part done, we're going online and we're using Online Converter. And we're going to take a line drawing of Big Dog's logo, and we're going to convert it to an SVG file, and that way we can open it up in Tinkercad and it'll see it as a three-dimensional object. And size it down a little bit there. Alright. And we'll just grab one of the little shapes off the side there, and we'll put a ring around this thing. We're going to size this thing 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 by about 1/4 inch thick, and then we'll be able to work with the cam program to resize it further later. Get our little ring around there. I think that'll look good. Frame it a little bit. Alright, we'll export this guy onto our little thumb drive. Alright, V-carve. And this is where we're going to set up our tool paths for this thing. And I kind of lied to the machine a little bit about the tooling I was using, just to kind of fool it into doing what I wanted it to. We're going to rough in with a 60-degree 4-fluted carbide thing. And then we're going to do our finish path with a V-bit that is 30 degrees and it's got a .004 tip on it. And that first pass, that rough-in pass, we're going to be going pretty deep on this thing, so we need a little bit heavier. Alright, we got everything saved. Get it over to the CNC computer. Get this thing set up. There we go. And this is just a chunk of scrap aluminum. I actually built a couple of these things. That round you see there is just for centering. And I built a negative and a positive, and just to see how these things would come out, what they'd look like. We'll get it loaded into mock here. There we go. And a little something for cooling there. Yeah, we got to speed this up a little bit. This is going to take all day. So this thing was actually running in real time at about 50 inches per minute, and the spindle speed was about 15,000 RPMs, something like that. A couple of tests and that seemed to work about the best. And what I really needed here was a like a 16th inch carbide 2-fluted aluminum bit, but I didn't have one, so this came out a little finer than I wanted it to be, but I think it's going to work just fine. We'll see what happens. Alright. So we did our cleanup pass with the smaller bit, and then we did another at 90 degree just to clean it up a little more. There we go. And we even remembered to mirror the image. There we go. Not too bad. I really like Tinkercad for these, simple little things. You can pretty much do just a drawing, get it in there and turn it into a vector file pretty easily, pretty quickly. For a simple tool, it's pretty versatile. There we go. I got it cut out. And we'll get them over to the belt sander, make it round. So the one you see me grinding on here was the negative impression one that I'd done. There you go. But we rounded them all the same way. Alright, put these tools to work. So this is veg tan leather, and I don't remember what the weight is. It's pretty thick stuff. There we go. And these guys are going to end up being our dog tags. And a little bit of work to do to them though. And we just kept cutting until we ran out of leather. Alright, we have a little water there. Get them a little wet. Put our dye on there. Let Floyd go for it. Right on. Alrighty. And this won't take too long. And I got to sit down while I was doing it, which was nice. So, you know. And I could put a couple of sort of kiss blocks on either side so that impression would go only so deep into the leather. That's what it looks like. And we're folding the tops over and punching for a rivet here. There's a little fidgety things to do on this. It wasn't too bad, but it was I don't know, therapeutic, I guess. Zone out a little bit. Right on. Okay. I'm going to drop a ring in them. Put a little rivet through there. Got myself a little block for an anvil. And what I was going to do was finish these before I assembled them. And there they are assembled. But I didn't do that only because I didn't have the finish and it was on its way. And I was under a time crunch to get this done. So the time I had is what I had to work with. So I ended up having to finish them after they were put together. So it was, you know, Q-tip down behind the little ring and under the flap, that kind of thing. But I think we did a pretty good job getting it, you know, coated pretty well. This is an antique brown. Picked it up at Tandy Leather. And this was one of the longest processes just to make sure that you get it all wiped on, wiped back off, the whole thing. And then after that we gave them a little coat of sealer, conditioner. Right on. And there they are, all finished. And of course we had to give one of them a test drive. See how she worked out. That's the first batch. There you go. Don't get much better than that. Alright guys, there you go. So if you are currently a patron on my channel, I'm going to go on there and get everybody's address. That is a patron as of today. And I'm going to send them one of these. So I've got a bunch of them, and the rest of them I will offer them up, and if you want to make a donation or something, I'll send one to you. Support the little channel, and I think it'd be a good thing. Yeah, why not, right? Okay, guys, so thanks for stopping by Big Dog Forge. Take care. Be safe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.